Hi everyone, I'm Jay, and welcome back to Maple Money Mindset. Let me ask you something. Have you ever opened an investing app, stared at it, had absolutely no idea what you were looking at, and still somehow convinced yourself to put real money into it? Because that was me. Not long ago. And what happened next is something I think a lot of Canadians are going through right now. But nobody is talking about it honestly. This is my real investing story. It started when I downloaded Wealthsimple on my phone. I didn't know much about investing at that point. Actually, I knew almost nothing. But I kept hearing about stocks, about people making money, and I didn't want to be left behind. So I downloaded the app just to see what it looked like, just to try it. I remember opening it for the first time and just staring at it. There were all these stocks, all these numbers, charts going up and down, and I didn't know what any of it meant. So I did what I think every single person does when they open an investing app for the first time. I dragged my finger across the price chart, just sliding it back and forth, watching the number change. Up, down, completely mesmerized, and completely confused. I had no idea why the price was moving. PE ratio, dividend yield, revenue, balance sheet. I'd heard these words before, but they meant absolutely nothing to me in that moment. But I felt one thing very clearly. I needed to buy something. So I started looking for something familiar. And that week, Elon Musk was everywhere in the news. Top headline, every single day. And I thought, Tesla must be doing something right if this guy is always in the news. So I bought $200 worth of Tesla stock in US dollars, with a conversion fee on top, on a Canadian salary. Because that felt like the smartest thing to do at the time. A few days later, I bought Apple. Then, and this is the most Canadian thing I've ever done in my life, I bought Dollarama. I had $1,000 worth of stocks that I genuinely did not understand. I didn't know how to read a balance sheet. I didn't know how to analyze revenue. I didn't know what made a company worth buying. I just bought things that felt familiar. And then I waited. About a month later, I opened my Wealthsimple app to check my portfolio. $800. I stared at that number for a long time. $200 gone in 1 month. And I know $200 might sound small to some people, but for me, $200 was a whole month of gas for my car. Gone. Because I bought stocks I didn't understand, based on news headlines, and a feeling. I wasn't loud angry, I was quiet angry, the kind where you sit there in silence and think, maybe investing is just not for me. Maybe I'm not smart enough for this. Maybe it's my luck. Maybe I'm just not cut out for it. That thought sat heavy. So what did I do? Instead of accepting the loss and learning from it, I panicked. I sold everything before it could drop further. And just like that, I locked in my loss. $200 gone, for real this time. No going back. I sat there feeling like investing had beaten me, like I'd tried, failed, and that was that. The doubt was loud, the frustration was real, and for a while, I genuinely considered never opening that app again. But then came that night. It was around 1 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I was lying in bed in the dark, scrolling through YouTube on my phone, not looking for anything specific, just scrolling. Tired, a little lost. And then, a video appeared in my feed about something called ETFs. I almost kept scrolling, but something made me click it. And for the first time, investing didn't feel complicated. The video explained that instead of picking individual stocks and trying to guess which company is going to win, you could buy one fund that holds thousands of companies across the entire world. You don't need to read news every morning. You don't need to analyze balance sheets. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just buy it consistently and let time do the rest. I put my phone down for a second, then picked it back up and watched it again. I started researching Canadian ETFs right there at 1 a.m. in the dark, and I found XEQT, a simple all-in-one ETF that covers the US market, the Canadian market, and international markets. Global diversification in one fund. One click, no stress. I looked at the historical returns, consistent, steady, not the crazy volatile swings I'd experienced with Tesla, just quiet, reliable growth, year after year. And lying there at 1 a.m., I made a decision, all in on XEQT, every single paycheck, automatic, bi-weekly, no thinking required, no news to read, No balance sheets to analyze. No panic selling. Just consistent investing on autopilot. I set it up that same night before I went to sleep. That was a year ago, and that peace of mind is worth more than any individual stock I ever tried to pick. Today, my portfolio has grown 12% in that 1 year. 12%. From someone who panic sold everything and thought investing wasn't for them, to someone who hasn't touched their portfolio once out of fear. Not once, because I don't need to. The strategy is simple, the execution is automatic, and the results speak for themselves. Some days my portfolio is up, some days it's down, but it never keeps me up at night anymore. I'm proud of that 1 a.m. decision. Not because I became some investing genius, but because I found something I could actually stick to. Something simple enough that I never have to doubt myself. Something that fits my life, my salary, my personality. My investing rule is 3 words: XEQT and chill. If you're sitting there right now feeling like I felt back then, confused, frustrated, angry at yourself for losing money, feeling like maybe investing just isn't for you, that 1 a.m. moment is coming for you too. It came for me on a random night when I couldn't sleep. It'll come for you. Just don't give up before it gets there. If this felt like your story too, share it with someone who is still figuring it out. Thanks for watching Maple Money Mindset. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more simple and practical content just like this.